Yo, check it. All right, yo, what is up? You are back for another video. We got an absolute banger for you guys. May have cracked the AMC algo once again. We're going to be talking about all this and more in this video. Also, recapping the market and give you guys predictions and news and levels that you need to know. And we're also talking about crypto in this video. We're focusing mostly on AMC and GME. You do not want to miss a second of it. Absolute banger. We're going to be talking about the levels that you need to know, technicals, things that are showing if we're bullish or bearish. But even more, we have a possibility of a new Moass roadmap. And if we get dialed in on this, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a member of this channel for a long time, you will remember how crazy those live streams were, the prices that we called out. We had a test of it today. It did work today. So we're going to be looking at all that and more in this video. Let's go ahead and not waste any more of your precious time and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. All right, y'all, what is up? You are back for another video at DataZero. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here for a very special video. We may have cracked the AMC and GME algo. Again, this is financial advice. This is just my own research and due diligence, and we have not confirmed this 100% yet, but we did test it today, and it did track out perfectly, calling the bottom for today and calling the rise that we did see to $5. We called it out during today's live stream. Again, I go live every single day, 9:15, 9:30 a.m. to market close 4 p.m. around that time, so tune in every single day. But guys, we did test it out today, and we might have the Moass roadmap back. Listen, if you are a long-standing member of my channel and been around, you will remember the Moass roadmap. When I was calling out the price right before the reverse split, I would say, hey, AMC is going to bottom at this price. I would call out the price and rise to this price, and it was literally on point to the penny as we tracked with the fractal from the 2021 squeeze. We now have a potentiality of having that back. Now again, it is not lined up exactly, but I do have it marked out in phases that we can track. Right now we are currently in phase 4 entering phase 5, and I will explain all that here in this video. So we're going to get into this. It's going to be a great video. You do not want to miss a second of this video. We're going to be talking about AMC, GME, and SPY, and then we may have cracked again the AMC algo. I'm just going to quickly go over SPY, Bitcoin, and the rest of the market, giving everybody what they come here for, their regular updates and predictions, but we're going to focus on AMC and GME in this video. So SPY, we did have Nvidia earnings and FOMC today. The biggest things for SPY is that we have durable goods coming out, so you do want to watch out for that. Durable goods will be coming out here on Friday, so do watch out for those numbers. They're going to be dropping. This is a major data set, so it is definitely something to be taking up note of. It's going to be happening at 8:30 on Friday. We already had FOMC minutes. It did have a little bit of a bearish effect on the market. You guys can see around 2 o'clock we had FOMC minutes, which did have a bearish effect on the market. We moved to the downside, as you guys can see here, pulling back. Now we did have Nvidia earnings as well. Nvidia did well for earnings. I called out a price target of $1,000 for Nvidia. Nvidia hit $997. I said if they beat earnings, most likely you would see Nvidia hit $1,000. I do believe it could climb higher here before market open, hitting that $1,000 price target that we do have for Nvidia. I said if it was going to move to the downside, it would move to around 880. You guys can see it did pop up to that 997 right now and is currently climbing, so could easily hit that $1,000 level. Is extremely overbought, especially on the bigger time frame, so I will expect a pullback. But Nvidia is at all-time highs right now with that news, and it did beat earnings. Now GameStop is up here slightly in after hours, and I cannot wait to get into the meme stocks. Look at these Bollinger Bands. Look how tight these things are. This thing is absolutely primed to move, and we're going to be talking about all this and more. SPY getting a decent push to the upside with the Nvidia move. It looks like SPY is going to try to break 531.50. If SPY breaks 531.50, you're going to see a decent pop to the upside. So if this gives SPY enough momentum to push up past 531.50, look out. 531.50 is the major support and resistance that we're looking for. If we lose the levels of 528.27 to the downside and use that as resistance, you're going to see a decent move to the downside because this overall triple top type setup. Here's a top, and here's a top. If we lose those levels, we'll be pushing to the downside. But if we can break above this range that we've been trading in, then we can make a pop to the upside if we do get that 531.50 550 level as support. If not, we're going to be moving to the downside with that 528 level. So we're going to be watching very, very closely as SPY continues to consolidate in this range, and it will be making a big move one way or another. Let's see if Nvidia does give it enough momentum to push up, but right now in after hours, it is not above that level. Again, the level you want to look for if you're bullish is 531.50. Using that level as support, you want to see price break above it, confirm it as support, and then move away, and that will signify a bigger move to the upside. And then if you're bearish, you want to see these lower levels get lost and then use that as resistance and move away. To me, it does look like SPY is going to try to make a push up and a retest for that higher level, in my personal opinion. So that's what we're looking at for SPY and all the news in the overall market. But let's go ahead and focus on the meme stocks. I also just wanted to quickly show you cryptocurrency. Right now, cryptocurrency just pulling back, pretty much red day. Still a lot of gains for the week. You guys can see incredible gains for the week. All these coins are up for the week. Bitcoin kind of making a bull flag type structure here. As long as Bitcoin stays above the key levels of 69.2K, I'm still extremely bullish on Bitcoin pushing up to higher levels, and I do think Ethereum could push up to higher levels as well. They got huge pushes to the upside, so seeing some type of pullback or consolidation is very, very normal and typical of these assets when they have such a large pump. But you can see the Bollinger Bands are constricting and they are holding these higher levels, which means most likely you're going to see another move to the upside. Ethereum also in a bull flag type structure, so I am still bullish on the overall cryptocurrency market, especially if Bitcoin can remain above the levels of 69.2K. So this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin, and again, overall altcoins pulling back for the day, but overall gains for the week in the crypto market are very, very good. Now let's go ahead and hop into AMC and GME. GME, I just wanted to point out here on the 4-hour time frame, Bollinger Bands very, very constricted. 4-hour MACD is green for both stocks. Now look, the last time we had 4-hour MACD green was when we ran up. We haven't had 4-hour MACD green since then, so that is definitely signs that we're bottoming. Also signs that we're bottoming is AMC is above this blue medium line. This is the bias line for the Bollinger Bands, and the bands are very, very tight. That means a big move is about to happen, and we're above the blue medium line and we're busting out the bands currently. So I think AMC coming here into tomorrow and Friday could see a big pop to the upside. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If we hold this $5 level, if we break above $5 level tomorrow and hold that, you're going to see a decent move to the upside for AMC. GME needs to break above 2150 and hold that level. If GME can break above 2150 and hold that level, you're going to see a decent move from GME. GME also having that green MACD for the first time ever since the big pump here. So it does show that we're bottoming. Bullish momentum is building. Bollinger Bands insanely tight, letting us know momentum and volatility is coming. GME does have this gap fill to the downside, so we do want to pay attention to that. But as long as GME stays above $20, I am bullish for GME to make that pop to the upside. There's a ton of puts at $20. GME Max Pain is also $20, so I highly doubt that GME would go below $20 this week. In my personal opinion, it looks like it is setting up for a move to the upside as bullishness is building. Green MACD, 2-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame. If we look at the alligator, it is slowly starting to curl back up. Also, if we look at some of the super trend signals, we're starting to get those buy signals here on the smaller time frames. I think GME is going to come down and retest 2074, maybe even $20 before getting a move to the upside. You really want to see it hold 2150 to get that bullish pop to the upside, to fill that, start moving to the upside and fill that gap fill to the upside, because GME does have a gap fill to the upside here at that 23 to $26 level. Now AMC is what the main thing I want to focus on here. AMC, first of all, if we stay above $5, and I want to point out GME, if it breaks above $30, you're going to see it fly. GME, if it can break and hold $30, that's the ultimate goal. It will absolutely rip. I want to point out here for GME real quick, if you look at what happened when we had a nice rally up when we broke 20. I always told you guys 20 was a good level, but 30, once we broke 30, look what happened. We absolutely skyrocketed. $30 is what we want to break for GME. There's a gap fill here at $71. Gaps get filled. Now AMC has multiple gap fills to the upside. If you look, we are also starting to print buy signals here on the hourly time frame. This is extremely bullish. If we break and hold $5, we're going to see a pop to the upside. You guys can see here, I think we're going to consolidate in the morning, maybe retest like 482, 475, around that range. But I think we're going to overall hold those levels and break above $5 tomorrow. If we break and hold $5, we are on track. So let me explain what's going on here with the phases. Basically, if you missed my live stream, you missed a lot, but I'll try to break it down the best I can in this video. But basically in 2021, we had this run up here. AMC came back down, remained elevated, and then had a bigger move, okay? I took the fractal from this move here and then brought it down here and compressed it, and it is tracking perfectly. We've also seen something very, very similar right before the reverse split. Adam Aaron basically derailed the reverse split with, or derailed the Moass with the reverse split. We had this Moass roadmap. This is when I was calling price every single day on live stream saying, hey, it would bottom here, it would rally here, which is what we did today. I said that AMC would come down to $4.45. It literally did that. And then I said it would have a sharp rally to the upside. It literally did that all the way to $5.23. And I said it would have a sharp rally to the upside to $5. In order to predict this, that is very, very wild. I used that bars pattern to do so. So the fact that that tracked out is showing that this is tracking and legitimate so far. We want to see a little bit more confirmations to make sure that this is tracking, and we'll track it phase by phase, step by step. So subscribe and hit that like button to help this video get spread to more apes, but also subscribe. That way you guys can stay tuned and stay in check with everything going on here with the Moass roadmap. We're going to go down to the 5-minute time frame and show you guys what we're doing here. So basically I have this marked out in phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and so on and so forth. Right now, currently we are in the phase 4. So I'll explain it real quick. You have this rally to the upside, this big move to the upside, the same thing we seen before the reverse split. You have that big rally to the upside, then you come down, you hold these higher levels. You don't come all the way down, which is key. You hold these higher levels, you start to push up, then you pull back, you consolidate, and then you see a major rip. Well, here's where we're at right now. We are in the phase where we see this pump to the upside, moving into phase 5. So right now we're in phase 4, which is a rally phase. We're rallying to the upside, and we should rally up to around $5.50, maybe even $6, okay? So if we do get to $5.50, $6, that is confirming that the bars pattern is tracking, and this is exactly what we want to see, okay? So if we can confirm that we get to that $5.50, that is even more confirmation. This is day 1 of this. I confirmed it when we broke down to 445. I said we're going to come down to 445 and then bounce, and then we should bounce to a higher high than the previous high, which is what we did, because there was a bounce here, and I said we should bounce higher than this previous high. We had this spike up, and then we came down. I said that we should get a sharp spike up after that, but it should be higher than this previous spike right here, and that is exactly what we've seen, because that's what happens here. You come up, you have a spike up, but then you come down, but that rally next is higher than that previous spike, and we are already higher than that previous spike, and it's significantly higher than that previous spike. If you look, we are above it right now, but it's significantly higher than the previous spike. We are above it right now, but we want to see it continue a little bit higher to that $5.50, $6 range, which would confirm us retracing back to the upside the same way that we did here the original time we run up. So basically, if I zoom out, I'll show you what I mean by that. You retrace, so you have the big squeeze up and you retrace back up it. As you guys can see, you retrace back to the upside of the big squeeze. Let me just try to zoom out so it's a little bit more clear. So you see that big squeeze up, then you retrace back up it, and that gives you the ability to get to these higher levels And you see you retrace to a decent height back up to it. You trace almost up to those higher levels. So we should see at least AMC coming up to about $5, 50 cents, $6. If we do go higher than that, that's great. But I would definitely say confirmation if we get to like $5.50, $6, because that's about halfway back up from that $13 level that we need to be. And that's what you do in the original run up. We retrace basically back halfway back. So you have your big run up, and we retrace basically halfway up that run up, which would be around that $6 level, because we went to a $13 peak here in after hours. So it would be around that $6 level. So we want to see if AMC can get to $5.50, $6, which would confirm this. Algo is tracking. And if we do that, ladies and gentlemen, me personally, I might be going all in, especially if we get to this consolidation phase that I'm looking for AMC, because right here is that consolidation phase. Let me just do this. Right here is that consolidation phase for AMC, is phase 6, where you basically consolidate at these higher levels before the massive pump up. So that is what I'm looking at, would be a great time to consolidate that phase 6. That phase 6 stage would be a great time to consolidate and get some shares before that way bigger move to the upside. So if this all does continue to track, ladies and gentlemen, me personally, I'm going to be going all in. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This could decouple at any moment, but right now it is tracking. We got our phase 4 pump to the upside. We should be pumping a little bit higher towards that $5.50, $6 range. If we do, that's even more confirmation. After that, we will hit phase 6, where phase 6 is where we, or phase 5 is where we start to pull back. So after phase 4, we will hit phase 5, we'll start to pull back and then go into that phase 6 consolidation mode, where I would definitely be accumulating, in my personal opinion. And if we do track up to phase 5 and pull back into that phase 6 type structure, I am going to be accumulating, okay? So this could be the opportunity of a lifetime. I know some people are losing hope, but obviously you haven't been in AMC and GME very long. More technicals that are backing up that this is about to happen. Again, these Bollinger Bands constricting like this is letting us know that it's a rally about to happen, and that rally would be the phase 5 rally that we're looking for. And we're busting out the bands right now. Literally, they're consolidated. We had this beautiful rounded curve back to the upside, exactly like you see here, that beautiful rounded curve back to the upside, which leads to this rally. So it's looking good to me. Again, you guys have to do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is literally my own research and due diligence. But this is what I'm looking at for AMC. So again, more confirmation would be going to that 550 level. I think we're going to go into this phase 5 rally, and then pull back into the phase 6 consolidation phase. And this is just looking good. And this lines right up with the Moass roadmap, which we've seen this happen before. And I told everybody we were about to have a short squeeze then, because we had cost to borrow sitting at 1,000%. We had short interest sitting at 30%. And we had FTDs that were through the roof. It would have literally been a market-breaking short squeeze if it happened then. It would have been a market-breaking short squeeze. We had over 50 million FTDs then. Now we have impressive numbers, but not nearly as impressive, to be honest with you guys. We have 15% short interest for AMC. For GME, we have 20% short interest. Shares available to borrow right now sitting at 100,000. That could change in the morning. Shares available to borrow for AMC, 30,000. That could change tomorrow morning. Cost to borrow levels not anywhere near like they were then either. And I was saying it was going to be a market breaker short squeeze then. Cost to borrow right now sitting at 3.98%. That's not saying it won't be higher before we take off, but the higher these numbers, the higher the squeeze could be. We want cost to borrow higher. We want short interest higher. Cost to borrow for a GameStop sitting at 4.44%. We want, and if we can get FTDs, that's even better. If we start seeing FTDs, but before we were on the threshold security list for like 45 plus days, we had FTDs out the wazoo. Yo, we had 30% short interest. The squeeze we would have had when we had the Moass roadmap would have been absolutely insane. But it got derailed by Adam Aaron, reverse split, and hedge funds. They literally took it to court for that. But I think we have a second chance here. We're following the fractal. Right now, we got day 1 of confirmation. If we get to day 2, day 3, that is even more confirmation. That's even more confidence. And that is giving me even more hope. Again, this could not happen. I don't want to get people too hyped. But right now, I'm pretty excited. And we are tracking. And as we keep tracking, day after day, phase after phase, we're getting closer and closer to possibly seeing a big move to the upside for AMC, which would ironically bring us up to the gap fill. So there's so many things telling us confluence that this could potentially happen, and it would fill the gaps. It would do everything it needs to do. So this would be absolutely insane if it does come to fruition. If it did fill the gaps, it would be absolutely massive gains from these levels right now. It would be like 1,300% gain. So wild. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at for AMC and GME. I think they know something as well, because if you look at the buy orders, there was buy orders all down here all day accumulating before this big move up, and I think it's about to have basically that rally and then pull back into that accumulation phase that will lead into a bigger move. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC. Again, we're on track for having that green week that we were looking for. I told you guys another green week for AMC. We're on track for that. So, hey, so like and subscribe for more accurate technical analysis predictions. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Possibly crack the AMC and GME, or AMC ALGO, not GME. I'm going to try to get a Moass roadmap for GME. But we potentially are back on track, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in for the live streams to get more updates as this develops. And I will be doing more videos as well. But this is what I am looking at for the meme stocks. Me personally, I'm quite excited, especially the similarities between this run up here that we had in after hours before the reverse split, when I thought we were about to squeeze. Then we had this very same price action in 2021 when we had the original squeeze. That's where I got this bars pattern that you see here on your screen, this blue fractal that you see on your screen. I pulled it from the 2021 rally. So we had that same exact type of price action where we rally up, but we don't come all the way back down. We push up, we consolidate, and then we rally even higher. And we are now seeing that once again. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe. And as always, y'all, I appreciate it if you made it this far to the video. Have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe to get more information like this. I appreciate it if you made it to the end of the video, because so few people watched to the end. If you did, go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know that you watched to the end. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know if you think the Moass roadmap is legit. And if you want, tune into the live streams. Even if you're busy, man, if you just go ahead and hop in and hit that like button and pop out, I appreciate it because it shows support. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.